What is going on, folks? It is KspadeTheProspect, back today with a brand new Madden 20 franchise video featuring the Dolphins. Not just the Dolphins, K-Spade Jr., the face of the Phins. Got a great division rivalry game for you guys today. I'll meet you down on the field.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in after a loss last time out, but they've still been in good form, winners of 6 of their last 8. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
All right, let's get into it, man. You guys see the playoff picture. A win for Miami today would mean 2 things. It would mean that the Dolphins swept the regular season head-to-head matchups against Buffalo, and it would mean that both teams will have a 9-5 record. But if Miami sweeps the regular season matchup, that would give them the tiebreaker, and it would put them in a situation where they could be that wild card team. And obviously, that's the goal they set to start the year off. Before we get into today's football game, man, let's introduce the players. Let's get down on the field. Now, if you guys remember, Buffalo added a running back. They added Derrick Henry in the offseason, hoping that he would help open passing lanes for Isaiah Streets and Cole Beasley and newly acquired tight end Austin Hooper. Derrick Henry right here on 2nd and 9 shows you exactly what he can do. He didn't get any help from the blockers, and I don't think he got any yards. If he did, he only got 1 yard, but he still broke like 3 or 4 tackles on the play. We get our first look at the Miami defense. It's a lot of youth on this side of the football, man, and this secondary is probably the best secondary in pro football. You heard it here first. 39 for Allen. He drops back. He's in the gun, and he is sacked by the rookie Okwara, who comes from the blind side. Allen never felt the pressure, never saw him coming, and to be honest with you, did a pretty good job of holding on to the football. Those blindside sacks are usually the ones where you see the quarterback head kind of ricochet back, the football flies out. He holds on to it. That's the good. The bad news is it was 4th and forever. The special teams unit comes out, do what they do, and we get our first look at the Miami offense, and this second-year quarterback, Spade, has been on fire as of late. Now, we've given a lot of credit to the defense. You got to get an offense that roses too. 1st and 10, we see some pre-snap adjustments. Spade sees something in the secondary that he likes, takes the snap, heaves it. He's got Devontae Parker 1-on-1, or should I say 1-on-0, and the game just like that is blown open. 7-0 Miami. Okay, and just like that, we got a 7-0 game, man. Nobody would be upset about a 1-play drive, except maybe the defense, because they barely even got a chance to hit the oxygen machine before they were back on the field. Buffalo's offense is coming out here trying to establish the run early, and this Miami defense has been suffocating opposing offenses these last couple of weeks, and it looks like they're going to keep that up. Jordan Howard picks up a few yards to make it 3rd and short. Allen drops back, had Austin Hooper 1-on-1 with Finley, and he had a step or 2 on Finley, but Allen doesn't put enough air on the pass. Finley does a great job of jumping up in the air, getting a hand on the football to kill that drive, and just like that, the Miami offense is back on the field. I'm looking at this wild card matchup, and division rivals battling for that wild card spot means we get good football, and as a football fan, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Kenyon Drake gets the carry here. He's going to get enough to keep the chains moving, and he wants to get up and let everybody know about it. 1st and 10 Miami. Spade comes back to the line on 1st and 10. It's going to be the read option. Spade keeps it. He's got a lot of green, and again, I got to talk about T. Higgins. T. Higgins might be the best blocking wide receiver in the league, and I didn't even see it, but Kenyon Drake took a nasty hit, goes down kind of awkwardly, and he's going to leave the game. We'll keep you guys posted on what's going on with Kenyon Drake, but the the read option looked so good that the Buffalo defense thought Kenyon Drake had the football, and he took a nasty hit. But don't worry, though. Kalen Ballage, the backup running back, is not only a really good option in the backfield. If you guys remember last season, he actually won over the coaching staff and took the starting job for Drake for about 3 or 4 weeks. So you never want to see anybody get hurt, but I get the feeling Ballage was just waiting on the opportunity to get some carries anyway. And you can ask Micah Hyde about this guy's physical running style. He will run you over. If you're not ready to make the tackle, you'll find yourself on the wrong end of a highlight. We just got a report back that Kenyon Drake has a ruptured disc. He would not be returning this game. The Dolphins come right back and hand it to Ballage, who gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. This one might get ugly. This one might get ugly. You see several players come over and congratulate Ballage, who, like I said, man, in that backup spot, you never want to see anybody get hurt, but you know that they're just waiting. They're itching to get on the field, and Ballage wants to make plays. Second and short, play action pass for Allen. He's got a receiver, Cole Beasley, but he is picked off by the ball-hawking cornerback Xavier Howard, who almost takes out Minkah Fitzpatrick with the interception. And that's just one of those plays, man. Xavier saw the route, knew what was coming, and really ran the route better than Cole Beasley. He ran the route like he was the receiver, and at some point, Cole Beasley had to turn to the defender in that play to try to prevent Xavier from getting the interception. It didn't work, but it definitely looked like Xavier was the receiver and Cole Beasley was the defensive back. Miami offense back on the field with a 14-0 lead. We're still very early in this game. And the Buffalo defense, they not only take pride in the way they play, but I get the feeling they feel some kind of way about all the praise the Miami defense has been getting. Yannick Ngakoue and Ed Oliver do their best to keep Spade uncomfortable in the pocket. Tremaine Edmonds is a beast at middle backer, and this secondary with Kendall Fuller, Tre'Davious White, and Michael Hyde, they got to be looking at this Miami secondary like, I think we can do what they can do, and I think we can do it better. But you can think whatever. You're going to have to come out here and show it in no better game than this game right here fighting for the wild card spot. 2nd and 5, Spade hooks up with the tight end, Gesicki. He gets enough for the first. Matter of fact, puts him in the red zone. And we've seen like home run plays. This is the first time we've really seen them have to put a drive together. And Ballage is fighting, running the football hard, trying to get into the end zone for the second time today. He's going to be stopped 1 yard shy of pay dirt. But on the very next play, Spade gets in and makes it look easy. I can't tell you the last time I saw this much fun being had by the Miami Dolphins players on the sideline. Buffalo back out. Another play action pass for Allen. Another deep throw for Allen. And another interception for Allen. This time it's Minkah Fitzpatrick all over Isaiah Streets. And I'm telling you, man, I don't know if Buffalo's running plays that this Miami secondary is ready for, or if Allen is just staring receivers down. I don't know, but it's looking bad. It's a 21-0 game. We're still not at the half yet. If this was a video game, they'd tell you to pass the controller. But luckily it's not. But it is, but it's not. But anyway, the Miami offense with 2 minutes to work have to be thinking about putting more points on the board, even if it's just 3. They're checking it down to Ballage, who catches another body. Look, man, this time it's Tre'Davious White. Ballage is looking to dish out punishment, man. Defenders hate running backs like this because as the game goes on, you feel less and less enticed to go make a tackle when you see this guy coming. Spade and Ruggs hooks up. They get a big-time first down. The drive continues. Here on 2nd down, they check it down to Ballage. Ballage has been doing whatever they need for him to do, man. 3rd and about 6 right here, and Spade is surveying the field a little too long, and Ed Oliver gets back there and shuts that whole thing down. Just as I suspected, special teams unit comes on the field. The kick is lined up perfectly, but it's a little short and it hits the crossbar. So although this offense seems like they could do no wrong, they finally stall here, and they're not even able to put 3 points on the board before the half. Now, you got to wonder, is this the changing of the tides? Did the Buffalo defense figure something out? Was it just luck? I don't know, time will tell. But at the end of the first half, man, it's a 21-0 game, all Miami. Over 100 yards passing, over 100 yards rushing, 10 yards per play average. We come back in the third quarter, man. Spade running back on the field, feeling like a superhero, man. You know they say when you a young player, when you get to the NFL, it takes a little bit of time before the game to slow down. Like that's the term that everybody uses. I think the game is slowing down for this kid. His rookie year, we saw some like flashes of greatness, but not anything consistent. And he's had his up and down moments so far this season. But this 3 or 4 game stretch that he's on right now, I think the game has slowed down, and I think the league is in trouble. On 3rd and short right here, he hooks up with T. Higgins, gets enough for the first down, the drive continues. That was T's first reception of the game. They go back to that read option, and he's got so much speed. When he keeps it, the little bit of hesitation that a linebacker looks at the halfback and then back at Spade, he's by you. He's got that kind of speed. 2nd and 10, he buys enough time in the pocket to find Gesicki, who figures he'll put his head down and do his best Kalen Ballage impression. Doesn't work as well for him, but they get enough that they're just outside of the red zone looking in. 1st and 10. Now look, Gaskins is a running back that they just had on the depth chart. We haven't seen this guy get a carry all year. He comes in and advances to football, and Ballage again, it's going to take 2 or 3 bills to get Ballage down every time he's running the football, man. He's closing in on 60 yards rushing. 3rd and goal for Spade. He throws a dot to the back of the end zone, finds T. Higgins for his first touchdown of the day. You know what? I think on this note, man, we're going to go ahead and draw the curtains. That score made it 28-0 Miami, and I can show you guys the rest of the game, but it really don't matter because you already know who got the dub. Now look, Buffalo did respond somewhat. They was able to put some points on the board, and they was even able to get a couple of turnovers, but too little, too late. That's all I got for today's video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know the rules, man. Bang the like button if you enjoyed it. If you're new and you want to see more, hit subscribe. I'm out until next time, folks.